What's up guys, Jade Rowe here, and today we're going to talk about the 10 things you need to know before you move to the Minneapolis area. So, number 10 on our list is sports. There are so many great sports teams here in the Minneapolis area. You have the Minnesota Vikings, who just got an awesome new stadium a couple of years ago, the US Bank Stadium. You have the Minnesota Timberwolves that play in the Target Center. You have the Minnesota Twins who play in the Target Field. And then you have the Minnesota Wild, one of my personal favorites, who play over in St. Paul out of the XL Energy Center. All of these sports teams are great, and they have opportunities for you throughout the entire year to go and watch them. Number 9 on our list is going to be traffic. The Minneapolis area is horrendous for traffic. There is a lot of traffic both in the city and outside of the city. I hate when I have to go all the way across the city or diagonal. I live in a suburb just west of downtown Minneapolis called Plymouth, and if I have to go to St. Paul or the east side at all, it's going to be 35 minutes or more. So something that you need to consider is your commute to work. If you're moving to Minnesota, where are you going to be working and how far of a commute are you okay with? Because a lot of drives in that morning time frame when people are coming to work, it's going to be 30 minutes unless you can be a lot closer. If you live in the southwest metro and have to go to the northeast, that's going to be a very, very brutal and long commute. And if you're okay with that, awesome, but definitely check into it, and especially check out the times that you would maybe be looking to go into work and then when you'd be wanting to come back from work. Use the Google Maps traffic feature. I would highly recommend that before you fall in love with an area or before you fall in love with a house, because the traffic here can get bad. Number 8 on our list is the lakes, the land of 10,000 lakes, right? Minnesota has some of the best lakes in the country, in my opinion. It is absolutely gorgeous. There are lakes everywhere you go, and no matter where you live in the cities, you can always find a lake probably within 10-15 minutes of where you are. So if boating is something that is super crucial to your life, whether you enjoy fishing, water skiing, kneeboarding, wakeboarding, or just being out on the lake, jet skis, it doesn't matter. There are lakes everywhere for you to do this. Some lakes that are larger and they're more popular, but other local lakes that only sometimes even have private boat access, that where you have to live on the lake to have access or a special permit to get onto that lake. So there are opportunities for the boating adventures that you'd want as a family or just as a single couple or as a single person that are out there for you. You just have to research which lakes are going to be most popular, which ones are going to be larger, and I can totally get into a different video that kind of goes over breaking down lakes. Number 7 on our list is diverse food culture. The Minneapolis area has fantastic small local mom and pop shop types of food. If you are a foodie, I would consider myself a foodie, then the restaurants here are gonna blow your mind. There was a restaurant just recently that's next to my office downtown Minneapolis that got ranked one of the best restaurants on the New York Times best restaurant list. The restaurant is called Guy Now, and it is amazing. They have pho, they have sushi, they have pad thai, they have all sorts of stuff, and it's so good. So no matter what type of food you're looking for, you're going to be able to find it in Minneapolis. And not even just in downtown. Other parts of the city have their little local mom and pop shops that are outside of that downtown area. Northeast Minneapolis has tons of small little restaurants. Different suburbs that are west or even east have their kind of restaurants that they're known for. I have friends that have lists on their notes app on their iPhone that just have literally restaurant after restaurant after restaurant that they either want to try or that's something that their friend recommended. So the food life here is awesome, and I spend way too much money on takeout or going out to eat because it is so good, and there's so many options. So number 6 on our list is going to be counties. Minneapolis is in Hennepin County, which is one of the largest, most populated counties in the state. But you also have Ramsey County, Anoka County, other counties that surround the Minneapolis area. So depending on where you are gonna want to, live, where you're gonna wanna commute, what are you gonna want to do for fun, taking into consideration the counties is going to be very important, because Carver County, as an example, does have lower taxes than other counties. So looking at the county mill rate or the tax rate is going to be super important prior to making a move or making a decision on where you want to go. So take a look at the county taxes and which county, where the areas are that you're most interested in, and which county that house or that area is in, because it will affect your monthly payment at the end of the day for your next house. Number 6 counties leads me into number 5, which is sub-cities, the suburbs that are surrounding the Minneapolis area. There's a lot of them, and they're all awesome, and they all have their own different kind of unique features. St. Louis Park is a super popular one. St. Louis Park is known for Excelsior Boulevard, known for West 7th, which is a kind of a bunch of shopping spots and restaurants. You also have Edina, which is a little bit wealthier area, and there's a lot of awesome spots there for walking past, and just a super nice and clean area. You have Plymouth and Maple Grove that are kind of an up and coming area, especially Maple Grove. A lot of development that's happening there, lots of shops, lots of restaurants. That's on the West Metro. You also have Hopkins, which is on the kind of the West Metro as well, but more almost central. You have Mounds View and Arden Hills and Shoreview, which is the northeast suburbs. All of these have different vibes and different types of energies. A lot of them have downtowns as well, which is like Maple Grove has a downtown. Wayzata has a downtown, which is right on Lake Minnetonka, which is super cool. You can walk, or literally right on the lake almost, and there's ice cream shops, there's restaurants, there's bars, there's little pubs, there's whatever you need there right on the lake, which is super cool. But that's again different than maybe a Shoreview or Arden Hills downtown, which is on the other side of Minneapolis. That's a lot of wooded area and not as much of maybe a downtown type of area that you would be expecting. But all of these sub-cities that are around Minneapolis are fantastic, and they just have different energies and different vibes and different kind of communities, and depending on what you want, it's definitely a good thing to be looking into what's around there and what type of, vibe these types of cities have. Number 4 on our list is Waterfront. Now, when you think of Minneapolis or when you think of Minnesota, you might not be thinking of Waterfront, but there are so many options, again, to get on lakes, that you have a lot of options to get close to the lake or right on the beach. Lake Minnetonka on the west side of the cities is a massive lake, and there is so many beaches on Lake Minnetonka. The lake closest to me is Medicine Lake, which is a super popular lake in Plymouth, a suburb outside of Minneapolis. That also has 3 or 4, maybe 5 beaches. I usually only go to 2 to 3 of them because they're closest to me, but there's a lot of beach access where there's just swimming and kayaking and paddleboarding or whatever you want to do. The lakes in downtown Minneapolis, Lake Harriet, Lake of the Isles, Lake Calhoun, or what we like to call Lake Bede-Makaska, that also is an awesome area to just get on the water, get on the lake, and just enjoy sunbathing or, paddleboarding, whatever you want to do. Most people don't think of Minnesota as a place to, get on the beach, but there actually is, especially in the summer when it gets super hot, a lot of options for enjoying a beach and enjoying the lake and enjoying the water here in the Minneapolis area. Number 3, and one of my personal favorites about Minnesota, is the trail systems. There are so many trail systems that are connecting throughout the entire state of Minnesota, but especially that Minneapolis area. There's trail systems that can take you from the northwest all the way down through the downtown Minneapolis and over to our neighboring sister city, St. Paul. There's trail systems everywhere, so whether you're a runner, a biker, a walker, whatever you want to do, there's a lot of trail systems that run right on the Mississippi River, which is fantastic, around lakes. No matter where you are, you either going to be able to literally run right to an awesome trail system, or you're going to be able to maybe have a 5-minute or 10-minute drive to get to a fantastic trail system that will allow you to just enjoy those fall, spring, and summer months when you want to bike and run with your friends or your family. Number 2 is woods access. Minnesota does have a lot of woods, so if hiking in the woods or being in the woods, whether you're a hunter or just a nature person in general, there's a lot of woods access, which is fantastic. Great nature centers all around the cities and different suburbs that are awesome to check out. They have, again, fantastic trails that go right through the woods for photos or for just having an evening out to hike, bird watching, whatever it may be. There's a lot of awesome woods located in and around the Minneapolis area that some people don't think about. There's so many great views and trail systems and trails that are within, again, probably a 10, 15, 20 minute drive max to get just some awesome woods trail systems and woods hikes and walks if that's what you're looking to do. And finally, number 1 is to get in touch with me. My team and I are fully prepared to help you make the move to the Minneapolis area if that's something that you're looking to do. We would love to help you, so please reach out if you have any questions. My name and my number and my email will be on the screen below. Again, let me know anytime how I can help you, how I can add value to you, and how I can serve you when you want to make that move to the Minneapolis area. If this was helpful to you guys, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel so that you can be the first to learn about when I produce more of these videos. We're gonna be coming out with videos weekly all about living in the Minneapolis area. So wanna make sure that you guys are the first to learn about that. So again, please subscribe and I would really appreciate it. That's it for this one. I can't wait to talk to you guys on the next video. Take care.